Hello, my beautiful chasers! I'm Rad Chaser, and I'm going to tell you all about games I've actually played today, instead of telling you all about games I know nothing about.
Friends, you heard it here first from Rockstarkristin. What is up, my beautiful chasers? Rad Chaser here. We're going to talk about a couple of games today, okay? And then we're going to see a little bit of gameplay footage, okay?
Okay.
We're going to see a little bit of gameplay of Overcooked, all you can eat. Lots of cool stuff going on there. We've bitten each other's heads off and crushed the game at the same time. So it's a fun thing to play with another person. We're going to talk about Final Fantasy 16 and boy howdy, it's a good one. I'm going to like it. I do like it.
I really do.
Let's get chopping, shall we?
We've had Overcooked the game forever. We got it for like $5 at Walmart, even though it's sold for ridiculous amounts of money anywhere else. And I have Xbox Game Pass and went on the other day and they had Overcooked, and so it reignited our love with Overcooked, and we've been playing that recently.
Yeah, so this is one of those games that's like, you know, it's kind of easy to play, it's easy to start out with, and then it gets hard.
Maybe it's because you've never been in the kitchen before.
My brother, who calls himself the son of Rad Chaser for some reason, he says if you've never worked in a kitchen, then you have no clue what this game is about. So our goal here is to show him otherwise. It's a puzzle game, right? I'd call it is it a puzzle game?
I suppose.
This game, you really need to cooperate in this game, okay? You're making food, and then you have to cook the food. So you have to chop food, you have to cook it, boil it, and then assemble dishes like cheeseburgers, sushi, what else?
Pizza, cakes.
All sorts of food, yeah. So it's a team effort. So you have to one person has to be on like chopping vegetables or chopping ingredients. Somebody else has to put it in the oven, and then you also have to serve it on plates. So it's pretty involved, and then you have to.
It's nice because it's a two-player game that isn't split screen, so you're sharing the same screen and playing on that, and you can play together on the same console. Since we've moved past that into games that everyone has to have their own game and console to play two players.
It is cool because it is like a couch co-op. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
So you can both just sort of play without having to be online. I think you can also play online players too, but you don't have to. This game can get irritating, especially if you don't talk to your partner about, you know, if you don't talk to your partner about like, who's doing what. You can be running around all willy-nilly.
Right. So we like to have a few drinks in us, and then
right. Speaking of drinking.
And then play, and then see how we can communicate with each other. Or we play as a bond building exercise for the relationship, which is always fun because, you know, we get to yell at each other without actually yelling at each other.
Right, guilt-free screaming at each other because it's funny and we've been drinking, and it's pretty sweet. So
it's got a lot of levels. It's a pretty big game, and each level you can get a certain amount of stars based on your score. So like for completists, it's nice because you can actually spend some time playing the game and getting like those scores and focusing on being better. So that's always cool.
Right, so like you get, like each level is like 1, 2, or 3 stars, so you can beat it with 1 star, but then if you want to go back and do a little bit better, you can get higher stars. So we played all the way through it. It unlocks a 4th star, which is what we're on right now, and it's pretty.
What if that's a spoiler?
Okay, so there's so I don't know.
I don't know. That's why I didn't say it.
Okay, so you can play. You can finish the game with 1, 2, or 3 stars. If you finish that, there's another surprise for you, a spoiler-free surprise.
The nice thing about this, now we're talking about. I guess we're talking about all of the Overcooked in general. This is Overcooked, all you can eat. So this has Overcooked the first one, this Overcooked 2, and then it has extra trimming. So it has extra things that you might not find on some of the other Overcooked games. So
we've had a lot of fun playing this game. We've also roasted and screamed at each other playing this game, so all in all I'd say it's pretty great. Oh, and you can get different chefs, you can unlock chefs, okay, so if you complete certain tasks you'll get different characters you can play.
Oh my god, there's like a million.
Yeah, so
remastered in stunning 4K.
According to the back of the box.
Again, I guess only beneficial to people who like to complete it, completists and stuff like that. They also have some trophies that are available that you can really only get if you play with multiple people. So it kind of pushes you, and as different characters, so it kind of pushes you to do those things too, and kind of get in there and like play with other people if you're just playing by yourself.
Yeah, we haven't played the online against. I think you can play against other people online, so we're trying to get our chops up. I think we're pretty good. I think we could probably crush a few people online, make them regret they ever signed on to the internet.
This is the kind of game that makes me feel like there are people who are stupidly good at it, and that there's like a million hacks that you could probably do that we don't know about, and playing online against someone would probably get our butts handed to us.
Well, right. I mean, we pretty much completed every level. There was one level that really gave us some trouble, and we had to. Well, I went online and was like, screw this. I need to know how to do it. So, but other than that, I mean, it's easy to start learning how to play, and then it's, you know, it ramps up. So bring your A game.
It heats up.
Things really start heating up in Overcooked. Bring your A game, okay? Bring your chef's knife. Bring your collaborative skills. Bring your
extra controller.
Bring your extra controller. We only had one controller when we got this, so you can play as both characters with one controller. You can switch back between characters, which adds another layer of difficulty if you're trying to play by yourself. And I think.
And they have an option where you can play on two different sides of the controller if you want to play two players on one controller. Whoever would want to do that, but we had a second PlayStation 5 controller.
Right, so at the end of the day, this is a great one if you just want to play something and you don't want to think about it, and you just want to chill with somebody, a friend or a loved one, and crush a few levels, and, you know, maybe bite each other's heads off in the process, you know, Overcooked.
So you're gonna have to throw me rice.
I'm gonna throw you rice.
And then you're gonna have to chop. And then I'll bring plates of rice over to you, and you can serve them.
Alright.
So I'll come over and collect the plates, and I'll put sushi on them or whatever. You can just pile up. Look, that whole thing in the middle, you can just pile up fish so that I can put the plates down with the fish.
I'll chop shrimp or whatever it is.
Yeah, okay.
Alright.
I have to restart it though. Start it in going. Oh, I just have to lean this way. Oh, now we have to wash dishes too.
Gotta wash, alright. And let's rip it. Am I throwing you stuff to...
Oh my god, rice!
I'm giving you rice! I gotta cut, I gotta chop. Right, throw me a shrimp. Whoop.
First one is just a shrimp. I said I would worry about seaweed, so can you...
Don't burn that rice.
Right, because you're doing everything. What are you gonna do? I need to know what you're gonna do.
I'm gonna chop I'm gonna chop shrimp, okay? I'm gonna throw you rice so you can cook rice. And since I have plates, I could probably put seaweed on there.
Don't do anything with the plates. Start it over.
Alright, let's go. Take this game very seriously. And that was Overcooked. What a rip-roaring ride that was, right? Rockstarkristin?
You got it right, Rad Chaser.
Alright, next I want to talk about Final Fantasy 16. This game slaps, okay? I'm loving it. I started playing it. I made a unboxing video if you want to check that out right here. Polarizing game so far, it seems. A lot of people are saying either they love it or they don't like it. They're saying this is a departure from a regular Final Fantasy game, okay? Or they're saying it's the best thing that's come along in 10 years. So,
even better than Final Fantasy 14?
It It's like Final Fantasy 4. Okay, so if you don't know, I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 probably almost 7 or 8 years now. That's my baby. I love her. I will play that game till the servers go off. And then if somebody sort of, recreates the game somewhere that you can get into and play it until, whatever, I'll do that too. Comparing Final Fantasy 14 and 16, much like any game, you can, say, your favorite. But I think it's like, well, I have 2 children and I love them both equally. This other one is a little bit younger, a little bit newer, just a little different.
And so I love it more at the moment.
Yeah. I love it a lot now because it's new and it's fresh and it's shiny and it's around.
That other baby is old and boring.
The other baby is not old and boring. The other baby is a staple. It's grown up. I've got it set up exactly the way I want it. Feels like home. I can log in anytime I want and just hang out. I don't have to be doing something actively. There's a lot of different stuff in this game. It's very cinematic. I've said that before. You go from cutscene right into gameplay. There's a lot of, I can't even call them cutscenes at this point. I feel like there's more, a visual novel?
It's a movie.
It's a movie, pretty much.
A visual novel.
There's characters,
Oh, you mean a movie?
Oh, you're saying a visual novel is a movie. Yes, okay, yeah. So it's a movie. It's cool. It's like watching a movie, and you get very invested in the characters. Main character, the side characters. You're watching something and then, it's mixed in with some gameplay. At this point, I'm only about, the last time I checked it was 15%, but that was hours ago. I like it a lot. I'll keep playing it. Rockstarkristin hasn't really watched me play it at all, so I don't know if you have any input.
Well, from what I've seen, it looks kind of like I haven't played any of the other Final Fantasy games. I've watched a lot of Final Fantasy 14, which is obviously very different, but it looks a little bit like an Assassin's Creed to me, so I don't know if that is typical or if they've changed the way it looks, but it seems like kind of with the...
What gives you Assassin's Creed vibes?
I feel like just the the way that you interact with things, the way that you can talk to people to unlock side quests, and the way that the quests look and stuff like that on your sidebar.
Okay, yeah, that's one of the things people are saying. It's not like a Final Fantasy game because there's not a lot of crafting. There's not a lot of side quests as of yet. Again, I don't even think I'm halfway through yet, so I've got a lot to see. But there's fighting. It's more of an action RPG. You could call it button mashing, but there's combinations. You can set up your character. You can learn abilities. You can it's fully customizable. You can undo those customizations if you want to. If you want to go back and try something else, you get ability points to do that. You do have a Canine companion, which you can control.
It's over.
You can either control them yourself with commands, or you can set it up to. The way they do it, they have items you can equip where it'll make the dog do stuff on his own. You have other items where you can equip yourself and heal automatically. You're in charge of everything if you don't have anything equipped or any shortcuts, whatever.
Like your choke. 14.
Yeah, like your Chocobo in 14. You can set him up to fight and and do whatever you want, and you can customize him too. We haven't. There are Chocobos in the new game, but I haven't. You can't. I don't know if you can ride them not or yet, but they're in there. Anyhow, Lee Hoodley. What else? That's about it on 16 for now. I'll keep you updated, I'm sure, because I love it.
I really do.
I love this game. I really do.
And he's actually played it, so you guys can actually hear about something that he's played for once, rather than just hearing random information.
Right, 2 for 2 games I have played in a row. This is wild stuff. We had a great time talking to you today. We will smell you when we flip you, and
we'll flip you when we smell ya. So have a great one.
Rad Chaser is out of here.
I love Rad Chaser. He is handsome and smart.
If only her neck were thinner.